Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Zach. In this video, we're looking at GaryVee's VeeFriends. Series 2 is dropping on VeeFriends. We're going to be looking at the announcement that Gary is doing with zerocool. Let's jump straight into it.
Working with some people I adore, and really the expansion of the VeeFriends universe. So we have this big brown box here. If you're watching visually, if you're listening, just play along, use your imagination, radio, 1920 style. We are announcing many things here today. I'm gonna let my dear friend here to the left kind of take the baton and announce the macro, and then we'll get into the micro execution within the macro. So I'm here with Josh Lieber. Josh, how are you?
I am unbelievable. I am amazing.
You took a red eye for this, so I'm very proud of you, brother. Thank you.
I was trying to will myself to that answer.
Thank you.
Fortunately, there's so much light in your office.
Yes,
it's waking me up. It's great. So
why don't you give a little context of what you got going on, and then we'll go into what we've got going on.
Well, this is the launch of four things, really. But at this point, a lot of people know that I have been working on trading cards for quite some time. A lot of people know that Michael Rubin and I started a company, and we were able to acquire the licenses for baseball, basketball, and football, and that's amazing.
No, that's profound.
But the thing that I'm actually most excited about, and the thing that I've been working on longer since the reason I left StockX, was we've always believed that there should be a trading card brand for culture, for non-sports, for all the important people in the world other than athletes, like yourself, like every TV and movie and actor and rapper and artist and fashion designer. And we tried to create a set at StockX. Back then it was kind of a side project.
Yeah,
side projects don't work for a lot of reasons. And that,
in case you're not aware, StockX is essentially an online reseller, I guess, when it comes to fashion. We've seen them selling Nike and many other stuff, and they've actually worked with esports organization 100 Thieves before.
Never got out the door, and so we built a company.
I actually believe that Nike might have been suing StockX most recently. So yeah, interesting point.
And so we are launching zerocool, which is a trading card company for non-sports. So Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, zerocool are your four trading card companies. But we get to do the very first set with VeeFriends, which is pretty exciting. So we're launching the technology, the brand, the site, and the first physical trading card set for an NFT project. There's probably no better intersection of culture, commerce, finance, cards, collectibles than where NFTs are going and where VeeFriends is. So it's a perfect mix to be able to do that. So that's what's near. I've only seen these I
have not seen these.
I've only seen these in pictures. This is the first time I'm seeing them physically as well.
There is a box right in front of me.
Now let's just get something straight. This is really good for both Gary and for zerocool. Zerocool will essentially have their first client here being GaryVee's VeeFriends. That is huge to anyone, really, I would say, in, pardon me, the States or even parts of the East, really. This will be huge for them developing new relations with other large IPs. On Gary's front, VeeFriends really needs to build their IP. Now, Gary isn't a short-term thinker. This whole thing is meant to be long-term. He's constantly preaching out patience, and of course that's what we're seeing in practice here. So when we're seeing trading card games being used, of course, for his VeeFriends characters, this is a great on-ramp for more fans, more users, etc.
That we're about to open, I really wanted to capture. So what we're doing is, for announcement, we are teaming up with zerocool, this profound new card company that we think has huge upside. As you can imagine, from the second I started drawing VeeFriends, in the back of my mind, I'm like, well, there's going to be cards, right? You know, and so when, how, and I'll never forget, because I reached out to you and we just started chopping up, and you're like, you're not gonna believe this, I'm doing this. And this has been a year in the making. And the way we decided to do it is, look, VeeFriends is a premium product. So we decided that we're gonna launch VeeFriends collectible cards in a very small, high quality, limited run. And why don't you explain the format of how we're doing this?
Yeah, I mean, this gets to the entire thesis of trading cards, of what we'll be doing at Fanatics Collectibles, of what we try to do at StockX. But the whole idea is that these products, whether they're trading cards, NFTs, collectibles, these are not consumer product goods. These are not products that should be priced at a retail product. these are market-driven products. These are supply and demand-driven products. And so we did some of this back at StockX, where we released products as what we called an IPO, or initial product offering. But the mechanism is what's called a blind Dutch auction. And we'll get into the details, but at the core, it lets the market, it lets you set the price, not us. And if the product is a blast and everybody loves it and there's not a lot of supply, then prices go high. If it's the inverse, then it goes low, and that's okay. The product should be priced as the market prices it. And so
obviously we have links everywhere to go to this. This is dropping what, March 8th? Is that,
so it opens March 8th, right? And so the whole idea, excuse me.
No worries.
So if you missed it, today is March 8th, at least at the time of recording. So you don't have very long either, I don't think.
So what's really cool about this mechanism, and I was concerned because we're not making a lot of this,
right?
And we have
also be very clear. This is not paid, not financial advice. Never spoken to Gary about this. I just want to make that very clear.
Such a big community in Discord, such a big card community. There's just a lot of demand. I'm like, how am I going to do this? And Josh is like, well, I'll tell you how we're going to do it. We did this at StockX. We did this. Like, I'll tell you exactly how we're going to do it. Everybody gets to correct me if I'm wrong, everybody gets to put in a price of what they would like to pay for the box. And whatever the low, you have a supply, and whatever the lowest price is, that's what everybody pays, right? So if let's say this is not the case for the VeeFriends box, but if somebody does a 10,000 box drop, if the 10,000 person bid $197, all 10,000 people are going to pay $197. That's how this is going to go down.
You're as good as explaining this as anyone who works with this. I've been pitching them this idea for 5 years now. For 5 years now. Excuse me. But
when's the window close?
It's 3 days. So opens on March 8th. For 3 days, everybody has a fair, open chance to go to zerocool.com.
So you've made a lot of mistakes in VeeFriends. VeeFriends 1. Did you get Uno? Okay. 2. But you agree that you've made a lot of mistakes. You would say you've made a lot of mistakes. Are you gonna make a meaningful, are you gonna be smart this time? Yeah. Okay.
But know the mechanism, right? So there's actually a world where, and we had this on several drops before, where somebody will bid $1 million on the product, knowing that in the mechanism, they will actually get, now, if there's,
you gotta be careful.
Right, if there's 100 products and 101 people bid $1 million, then like everyone's kind of screwed.
Yeah, so you don't want to do that.
So that doesn't actually work out. But the idea is that almost everybody, and usually it's over 95% of the people, end up paying less than what their bid was.
Well, that makes sense, right? 99, in theory, everybody but the lowest.
Well, usually
woman
what happens
man, right?
is like you get clumps of prices around like 100, 150,
yeah,
200, and so that's usually what happens.
Right.
But otherwise, it's 99%. Yeah.
So are we disclosing how many?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Well, so and this is the fundamental like transparency.
I love it.
Like transparency is the buzzword.
So
right,
how many boxes of VeeFriends?
So we made 1,000 boxes of VeeFriends, each of which has one pack with 10 cards in it. So think like National Treasure, Flawless
Super
type
premium.
of like super premium quality.
Can I just?
Yeah. At this point, we should open it.
That's very funny. This, I think a lot of you will get this meme. Logan, we love you, brother. All right, so, holy crap.
Here's
I do know about the reference to Logan Paul, or?
So these are these two, or I mean, there's one.
So this
Logan's
is a case.
Yeah.
So
Are
you,
these real? These like
this is real. Yeah.
This
so
is mine?
Yeah. So we made 1,000 boxes. We're selling 800. So people want to hide seating numbers.
Right, because we're giving some to like you guys. Zerocool's giving it to some influencers.
Yeah.
My team asked for some boxes for people.
I'm putting a couple boxes in my closet.
Me too.
All right.
So this is it.
This is it. It's not. It's
This is
not. It's the only thing. It's not shrink wrapped like it will be, but we brought this right from the factory. Wow, this is fucking sweet.
No joke. Yeah. So for people in the card world, you'll recognize this because this is premium stuff. Look, I wish Dustin had a camera. You're impressed, right? Yeah. This is the plan is to go super ultra. Does everyone have one sig?
No.
Right,
I
because I only signed 200.
Right. So all the math is on zerocool.com in terms of I think there's 235 base cards. There's different parallels, and you obviously hand signed and drew some cards as well. Right? Yeah, so there's some really random, right?
And so I'm not hoping to go through the entire thing because we've already gone through about 9 minutes worth. I want to see if they actually show the cards up to the camera properly, and if not, either way, you can check out this video for yourself. It's on GaryVee's channel. But this is definitely these are the steps that Gary is taking, right, to building an IP. Realistically, you don't expect every NFT, not just any NFT, any product in general, and again, it's not financial advice, always do your own research, right? That's one of their cards. Every NFT, every product needs to have IP driven, right? So when we see, for example, the BV NFTs, which I'm not paid to say that, they sent that to me very kindly after making some videos about BV. Every BV NFT has a certain amount of IP because, of course, they've essentially licensed it with Disney, Marvel, etc. So, those NFTs are going for a lot of money right now. And of course, the same thing with the BAYC is that they have so much value from realistically all of its social value, obviously it being the new Rolex, etc. The point being is that yes, Gary of course has just written or drawn some artworks, but so did Walt Disney with Mickey Mouse. You might think, why are you comparing Gary Vee with Walt Disney? Well, why not? The main thing that we're talking about here is creativity and monetization of such creative IP, driving up the IP, as Mickey Mouse was literally a mouse on paper, had no worth to him when Walt Disney first drew him, and then of course afterwards make all the films, get all the characters, and everyone loves it and pays a lot of money for stuff. That being said, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your take. This is the Web3 channel, covering everything happening from crypto, NFT, and metaverse news. For anything on that list, make sure to subscribe. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you in the next Web3 video.